see it coming. I was such a fool. No, I'm here now, like it or not. I've got to stop sitting around feeling so helpless. If I could just what? I don't even have an idea. Stop it. Stop. I've got to think. Oh, Doreen's so insane. She's got to give herself away. She's got to. When? When it's too late. Oh, what can I do? Solid walls. There's nothing I can do.
Help! Help! Is there anybody out there?
No one will ever hear me. No one will ever come.
I could use this. Oh, God. Oh, God, this has got to work.
The doctors will return in just a moment.
I just can't concentrate today. I concede the match, Bettina.
Well, you want to play another one? I don't expect Hank will be back from physical therapy for quite a while.
No. My heart's just not in it. Thanks anyway.
Mike, feeling sorry for yourself isn't going to help.
I know that. It's just that every time I hear a footstep out in the corridor, I think, this is it. Today's the day I'm going to find out if I ever walk again or if I roll around in that wheelchair for the rest of my life.
So we'll really know more in the morning.
Right. I understand. Before we go in, Simon, I think I should caution you. Mike is pretty easily discouraged these days. He's having a lot of trouble fighting the fear. I know he has hope, but he's fighting that too, so it's pretty easy for him to get into one of his black moods.
Sure, I understand. Unfortunately, I run into this a lot. When you're a neurosurgeon, you're usually the last hope. So I always make it a policy to be very cautious. No false hopes. No false discouragement either. Just try to stay as neutral as possible till I'm absolutely sure.
Fair enough.
Help sometimes.
Hello.
Hi, Dr. Paris.
Hello, Bettina. I'd like you to meet Dr. Trax. He's come from Houston. We're going to have a look at Mike for us.
How do you do?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Oh, just fine. I'll be getting out of your way. Mike, if Hank gets back early or something, would you tell him I'll be back in a little while?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, Bettina.
Nice to meet you.
Well, how are you feeling?
Same.
Dr. Trax just came in this morning. He's been lecturing on microsurgery at the convention in New York.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
I was hoping to get to that convention myself, but...
Dad? I don't want to hurt your feelings or anything, but I'd like to talk to Dr. Trax alone.
Sure. Well, I'll be in the office. If you want to talk, just give me a call.
Sure.
I'll talk to you later, Simon.
All right, man.
So you want to give it to me straight?
Well, I can't say anything just yet.
You've seen the myelograms, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, sure.
And the rest of the x-rays?
Yeah, but I want to do a complete workup on you myself.
Oh, come on, doctor. We don't need any more tests. Look at the chart. Tell me if I'm going to walk again or not.
Dr. Powers. No one's going to be able to tell you that, and I think you'd know it. Now, certainly getting angry with me isn't going to do you any good. Look at it this way. If you just came on a case, you'd want to do your own workup, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Now, this accident you had. Car turned upside down?
So they tell me.
You were unconscious.
Yes.
Were you alone?
No. My wife was with me.
How did you get out of the car?
I don't know. I guess somebody pulled me out. Wait a minute. Sarah. That was it, wasn't it? When she pulled me out of the car. That's what did it.
You mean you think that's what caused the injury?
No, not the cracked vertebrae, but the pulling apart, the nerve damage, the separation. It happened when she pulled me out of the car, didn't it?
Well, you can't say for sure. It's possible. It's also possible that you being pulled from the car had no bearing whatsoever. Look, I don't think blaming anyone's very important right now. What happens in the past? We've got to concentrate on the present. This problem right here, on the future. Okay?
The future? What the hell do I care about the future? I'm a doctor. If I can't walk, I haven't seen much medicine being practiced from wheelchairs.
Well, as a matter of fact, I happen to work with a very fine doctor who's paralyzed. His name's Bill Cross. He's one of the best cardiologists I've ever worked with. He's brilliant. Does it all from a wheelchair. Let's face it, being a doctor is mostly how well you use your mind, not your body. Be thankful you went into medicine, not ballet dancing.
Yeah, sure.
Going to get an aid? We'll take you down to X-ray and we'll run some tests, okay?
Okay, doctor.
Be right back.
Oh,
Hi.
hi, Bettina. How are you?
doing? Good. Hair looks great.
Thank you. New style. I was trying out on Mike, but, well, I figured the doctors would be gone by now, but I didn't think Mike would be gone, too.
MJ said they had to run some more tests on him.
What kind of tests?
A myelogram, I think. Some more X-rays. It'll probably be quite a while.
Wonderful. Another myelogram. That'll really make his day.
Well, it's not exactly the most pleasant experience, but maybe some good news will come out of it.
Maybe. You didn't...
No, I haven't heard anything. I'm sure Mike will tell you when he finds out.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's getting so hard to talk to him lately. He just seems to be angry all the time. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say to him. He's helpless and he's frightened and I don't know what to do. Sometimes I think there's just no way we can ever possibly get our life back together again.
Sarah, I'm not sure this is something you want to hear right now. But I know it's something I wish somebody would have talked to me about when I found out Hank was paralyzed. If the doctors decide that they can't help Mike and they have to send him home with no feeling below the waist, I want you to know that you can still have a relationship, a good relationship, sex included. It's true, believe me. Of course, things will have to be very different, yes. But that doesn't mean that they can't be just as warm and loving and just as fulfilling. First of all, he's going to be in bed a lot of the time. So when you sit down to talk to him, there you are. And all of the touching and the closeness that used to happen only when you were in the mood, well, happens a lot more often. And it means a lot more, too. There's more meaning in a kiss, a touch, even a smile. And you'll find there are a lot of ways that you can be made very happy. You'll both discover, believe me. Because when two people really love each other, there is nothing that's insurmountable. You know, sometimes just being together is love. Holding hands, sharing a moment. Sarah, in many ways, that love can be more beautiful than anything you ever had before. I've upset you, haven't I?
No.
I didn't mean to. It's just that these are things I was so afraid of. And I just thought I was trying to help you.
Yeah, I know you were, but, see, the one thing that you don't understand is that Mike doesn't love me anymore. I keep trying to pretend that it's just a temporary thing and that it's all going to be all right. But it isn't, and he just doesn't love me anymore. That's all.
Sarah, what is it? 6, 7 months ago you got married? He loved you then, didn't he?
Yeah, but so much has happened, and I mean, so many things have gone wrong, and
Maybe so. But I find it very difficult to believe that he doesn't still have some love for you. I mean, you don't just wake up one morning, regardless of what's happened, and decide you don't love someone anymore. You still love him, don't you?
yeah. But, things are different.
In the way you feel about him?
I don't know.
Maybe you're getting love a little bit mixed up with pity.
Maybe. Well, probably. I mean, a little bit. I don't know. It's really hard to know what I feel anymore.
Sarah, my advice to you is to get rid of the pity and concentrate on the love. That's what Mike needs. It's what you need, too. No matter what that neurosurgeon tells you today, concentrate on the love.
As I told Mike, it's still a little early to be definite, but it looks like it's possible that an operation might be able to help him. Not quite yet. There's still too much trauma in the area.
Oh, Simon, you don't know what it means to me to hear you say that.
Well, it is nicer to be able to offer a little bit of hope. But as I said, I'm not sure yet that I can help him. Just going to have to wait till more of the swelling clears. We should talk about where the operation should be performed, though.
Would you consider coming here? I'm sure we have all the facilities you'd need.
Oh, sure. We'll talk in a couple of days. Matt, can I ask you something?
Of course.
Your son seemed determined to blame a lot of the injury on his wife because she pulled him from the car.
Oh. I didn't realize he knew that. It's been a very difficult situation, Simon. That marriage was in a lot of trouble before the accident. One reason Mike's still in the hospital is that I was afraid if he were at home, it would just make things worse for him. Emotionally, I mean.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt. They told me you were in surgery.
All right, Steve, come in.
I just got a message from Lieutenant Perry, and all the phones on the floor seem to be tied up. I wanted a little privacy.
Hi, Dr. Trax, this is Dr. Aldrich.
Sorry, no, Steve Aldrich.
Have you got some news?
No, I just got the message to call.
Oh, well, go ahead. Look, Simon, why don't we take this opportunity to look over the facilities right now? I think you have time before you have to get your plane.
Yeah. Matt, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Right.
Department, Lieutenant Perry.
Lieutenant Perry, it's Steve Aldrich.
Oh, yes, Dr. Aldrich. I see you got my message. I have some news for you.
Yes.
We found your wife's car about 1.5 miles west of town in a shopping center. We have a team going over it now for fingerprints, things like that.
I see. No word from Carol either.
No. What I wanted to talk to you about is, well, we found traces of blood on the seat. We're trying to verify right now just whose it is.
Oh, no.
Do you know your wife's blood type offhand?
Excuse me, Steve. I just want to get Simon's coat. What is it? What's the matter?
They found the car.
Helen?
Well, Caroline. How are you? I want to go home.
Of course you do. But we don't always get out of life what we want, now do we?
Doreen, what you doing?
I know what you're going to say. You're going to say that I'm mad. But what I am doing is insane. That's what you were thinking. I know everything about you. Mel's out there. If you run, or even if I shout, help, he'll kill you. What's the matter? You afraid?
Doreen, listen to me. You need help. Now, I can help you if you'll let me.
I don't need you. Don't you realize that I never needed you? And you want to know who else doesn't need you? Steve.
He's looking for me right now. If you kill me, he'll find out and he'll hate you. Don't you understand? He'll never love you if you kill me.
Is that right? Well, for your information, little lady, I've just seen Steve in his office. Do you know he hasn't missed 1 minute at the hospital? We talked about you briefly, and he told me that the police have lost interest in the case, no clues. Mel has done a very good job. Isn't it interesting? They said that most missing persons are never found. Isn't that sad?
Stop it!
When Steve kissed me goodbye, he said we wouldn't have to wait much longer. We have the children to consider. They need a mother. And I've always adored children, so now I'm going to take yours.
You can't believe that.
Why not? It's true.
No, it isn't. Look, Doreen, you've got to listen to me. You need help. You're very confused. And the police will take that into account. In fact, believe me, if you let me go, they won't punish you.
Of course they won't punish me. Besides, they're never going to find your body. Mel and I are going to hide it very, very carefully.
Well, why don't you just do it and get it over with and stop torturing me this way?
Because you haven't suffered enough. I've suffered for a long, long time now. Watching you, Steve, come into the restaurant together. Knowing that he really wants to be with me. And knowing that I'm going to die soon.
Doreen, please.
Carolee, I have to go now. I'm going to have dinner with Steve. So, goodbye.
Wait, when will you be back?
Where did you get that?
Where did you get that? Steve gave it
Give
to
that to me.
Give it to me. No, you give it to me, or I'll call Mel.
Give it to me. Besides, Carolee, you really don't need it here to tell time any longer. You know, I understand that when you're killed by a bullet, you never hear that bullet that hits you. Isn't that interesting?
When are you going to let me do it? Hey, look, Dorothy, we have to kill her. We just can't let things drag on and on. The longer we do that, the longer we run the risk of getting caught. Now, I say do it now. Today. Just kill her and get it over with. Don't you even understand what I'm talking about?
Of course. But you have to understand that I am enjoying this. I've waited for 3 months for this. I want her to cry and beg and plead till I'm absolutely bored, and then you can kill her. Not a minute sooner.
You are nuts.
Look, if you want that rest of that money, then you better do it my way. All righty.
Now, you listen to me. When I decide to risk my neck, that's my decision. But you're risking my neck unnecessarily, lady, and I don't like it one damn bit. Now, you better hurry up and get all of your jollies out of this, or I'm just liable to walk in there and... I mean, what the hell? Guns go off by themselves. Accidents do happen. You remember that. All righty.
The doctors will return in just a moment.
Excuse me, sweetie. Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Powers.
Oh, that's all right.
What's the matter? Can't read my writing again? No. Is that Emma Lawton or Ella Lawton?
Which doctor is she seeing?
Dr. Morgan.
Then it's got to be the little girl, Ella.
Oh, right. Why didn't I think of that? Sorry.
It's okay. Did the neurosurgeon speak to Mike?
Yes, he did. Dr. Trax told Mike that he thought there was a chance if he had an operation, and all Mike would say is that he knew he had a chance, but he wanted an answer now. Yes or no. Will I walk again or not? Sweeney, it's frustrating. He wants a definite answer, and there isn't any.
You know, I should think that he'd be glad that, well, at least the doctor didn't say that he didn't have a chance.
Me too. Sometimes I think that we're all in the same boat that Steve's in. You know, if there's no news, you can hope. Of course, on the other hand, I realize that not knowing can be as painful as knowing.
Excuse me, I'm sorry for interrupting again, but the police, Lieutenant Perry would like to speak to Dr. Aldrich.
Well, he's having an emergency delivery.
I know. Should I buzz him?
No, let me see if I can find out what it is first.
Line 1.
Lieutenant Perry, hi, this is Dr. Maggie Powers. Oh, well, Dr. Aldrich was called for an emergency delivery. Is there something that I can do? Well, yes, our families are very close. Why? What is it? I see. Oh, yes. Yes, certainly. Of course I will. Thank you. Goodbye. The blood stains in the front seat of Carolee's car. They were checked, and it matches out to Carolee's.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Now, take it easy, honey.
Okay, now listen, we're not going to blow this out of proportion, right? I mean, Lieutenant Perry said that this was a very small amount of blood and that it doesn't necessarily mean that anything awful has happened. I mean, she could have reached her hand under the seat and cut herself, or she could have tripped. Well, I mean, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
I'm sorry, I gotta sit down.
Look, sweetheart, it's going to be all right. It'll be all right.
Sweeney, I'm going to be in my office. If Steve calls, call me right away.
Yeah, sure I will.
Carolee was such a nice
Listen,
person.
don't you use that word was, you hear me? We don't know what happened.
He probably hit her with something.
Now listen, you, stop it. You've got to get a hold of yourself. You can't let it get to you like this.
I'm sorry. It's just the violence. I just start remembering.
Remembering what?
Nothing.
Nothing, she says. She's so upset she can't even talk, and when you ask her what's the matter, she says nothing. You know, listen, what happened to you, well, it must have been awful. But you have to learn to trust again. Otherwise, you are going to go through your life alone and afraid. Now, it's terrible what happened to Carol Lee. But if somehow it could help you let go of that secret that you're living with, it would be worthwhile. And when Carol Lee gets back, well, she'd even be glad. Honey, I know you don't want to tell me, but you could tell Luke. I promise you he'd understand, okay? Would you give it a try?
Yes, I will.
Good. Hey, wow, look at the time. I'd better lock up or the patients will be here till midnight. I'll be right back.
Night, Missy.
See you tomorrow, Sweeney.
Right here.
Hi, Steve didn't come back yet, huh?
Are you going to wait here? Do you want me to turn out the lights?
No, I think I'm going to wait here. I'm sure the police haven't even tried to contact him. They're relying on me
Dr.
to tell...
Aldrich.
Hi.
Finished for the day?
Yep, all finished. Well, gotta be going, Maggie. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Sweeney.
See you tomorrow, Sweeney.
Good night.
Good night, Missy.
Shall we take the stairs?
No. Yeah, it's faster.
Okay.
So how did the delivery go?
It went fine. What's up?
What?
When the three of you saw me, you could have cut the tension with a knife. Now, what's the matter, Maggie? Has there been some word?
Yes.
What is it?
The police called. The bloodstains in the front of the car were...
Were Carol Lee's?
Yes.
I tried to prepare myself for that ever since I heard that the car had been found.
Hey, Lieutenant Perry wanted me to caution you not to make too much of this. It was a very small amount of blood. and
Whatever
it
way you
doesn't
look
mean
at it, Maggie, the blood has got to mean violence. That's really what it comes down to. Violence. Oh, God, if there was ever anybody in the whole world that hated violence.
It's all right, Steve.
She's just such a kind person. Sometimes I used to kid her that being kind to people got her into more trouble than if she went around kicking them. That's just the way she was. She was kind. She was really devoted to helping people. Yeah, sometimes I stopped her, tried to. Stood in her way. The midwifery degree, I shouldn't have done that,
No,
Maggie.
no, Steve, please, you mustn't torture yourself.
No. You're right. That's right. I just have so many memories, though. They just keep coming back. heaven, Maggie? Is that all I'm going to have for the rest of my life? A lot of memories.
No. No, I really don't believe that. Carolee is a strong woman, and she's a vital woman. If there is any way to find her way back...
If there's any way, Maggie, yeah. If there's any way. There's so many things I want to say to her. You know, just little things, unimportant, gentle things, things she'd really understand. She always did understand. Hey, Meg, I'd really like to be alone. Okay?
Sure.
Turn out the light.
Hey, hi. What's the matter?
Sleep. She's got a headache.
Oh, hey, well, listen, will you give her a message for me? You tell her that I stopped by here. I was wondering if maybe she'd like to go to a movie with me tonight, about 8 o'clock.
Well,
You know, I mean, assuming, you know, if she doesn't have a headache, okay?
okay. When she wakes up, I'll tell her you called and I'll give her the message.
Okay, thanks a lot. Now, I gotta get back to the job.
Never a good night's sleep. Always those dreams.
Missy, why don't you smile?
I did it. I did it. It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
Trust me.
Blood all over everything. You've got to learn to trust again.
I said, come here.
Where's Mom?
What do you care?
Isn't she home?
What are you afraid of? Come here to me. Come here.
Please, don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
No.
You ain't never gonna tell anybody I hurt you. Not when I'm through. You're gonna beg for more tomorrow.
Leave me alone. Let go of me.
Stop it, you little tramp! I know what you want. You dress like that just to tease me. You like to tease your daddy, don't you?
Not my father. Oh, let go. You're hurting me. Mama! Mama, please! Mama! Mama!
Missy! Missy! It's okay. You were dreaming. Look, it's all right. You're awake.
Sweetie, it was happening all over again.
What was? What in the world could be that bad?
He was so heavy and on top of me, and there was blood everywhere.
What are you talking about? Missy! Now, Missy, stop it. Look, you're destroying yourself. You have to talk it out. I can't stand to see you like this. What happened? Honey, what is it that's haunting you? Will you tell me?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Good.
Sweetie.
Oh, honey, it's going to be all right. Hey, come on. Hey, come on. I've got an idea. I'll make us something to drink. How about a hot chocolate? It'd help to relax you.
Okay.
All right, now, you stay right here, and I'll be back in a few minutes, and don't you worry. Nothing can be possibly so bad that we can't talk it out, okay?
Well, what do you know? I thought you went back into town.
No, I have an idea, an absolutely perfect idea. I'm going back in to see her.
Great. Give me a chance to go get some dinner. Sick and tired of this place anyway. It's cold and stinks.
No, you have to stay here. You're my bodyguard, remember?
Oh, that's nice. Real nice. Now I'm guarding the jailer.
You stay here until I leave. Then you can make sure you lock up and then go. No one knows this warehouse is being used.
Terrific. Just go on in there and get it over with, will you?
Well, Carolee. How are you feeling?
What do you want?
Are you feeling up to writing a little letter? Everything is here that you need, including a copy of what you have to say. Don't get cute with your handwriting, because I have a lot of samples of it right here. Now, write. Can we begin? I said write.
I'm not playing any of your games, Doreen. If you want to send a letter to Steve, then write it yourself.
Oh. Mel? Mel?
What's the problem, Dorothy? Are you all right?
Yes. Carolee just needs a little convincing that I'm serious when I ask her to do something.
Oh, yeah? What's the matter? Is she mouthing off again?
Now, listen to me. She's lying to you. Her name isn't Dorothy, it's Doreen Aldrich. Aldrich, don't you get it? It's the same name as I have.
Carolee.
You gotta listen to me.
For somebody that's supposed to be so damn smart, you're acting like you don't have a brain in your head. Don't you see that I just don't care? I don't care, see? You have got to learn the meaning of the word cooperate. Yeah, that's right. And if you start doing things that make me happy, then maybe I'd start doing some things to make you happy, too. Got it? Then do what the lady wants!
All right, go on. And now, as I said, let's begin. Come on, Carolee. Pick it up. Dear Steve, ever since I left you, things have been wonderful. You should know that for a long time I have been seeing another man. Go on, go on. Now we have found a way to be together forever. Goodbye, Steve, to you and the children. To Billy. Come on, write that. To Billy.
My firstborn?
Yes, to all of them. To Billy, your firstborn. Yes, that's good. Put that in. To Billy, my firstborn, and Eric, and Steffi. I will be very happy. Goodbye. Carolee. Now, the envelope. Address it. Oh, this will do very, very nicely. No mourning. No tears. Oh, Carolee, Steve is going to hate you. He's going to hate this whole idea. Of course, I'll be there to comfort him. Perfect. Just perfect. Oh, Carolee, just to think that your husband is going to hate you tomorrow. Well, goodbye.
Hey, Dorothy, if you're done with her, don't you just let me finish her now? Dorothy! Hey, come on, we can't drag this thing out forever.
Dorothy, you said it's not important anymore, right?